Hi, my name is Bhumanand Barik and welcome to my YouTube channel. Already we have seen logistic regression and confusion matrix. In this video, we will be learning about ROC and AUC curve. So, to understand ROC and AUC curve, we must have knowledge on confusion matrix and terms of confusion matrix like true positive, true negative, false negative, true positive rate and false positive rate. So again I will be explaining all these terms along with ROC and AUC curve, and I will explain you how the mathematics of ROC and AUC curve is used for understanding the concept and how the domain experts understand the threshold value by observing the ROC curve. So let's proceed. The full form of ROC is known as receiver operating characteristic. I will just explain you how the name came ROC. As you can see on the screen, this receiver operating characteristics stands for ROC. We have already seen logistic regression, and in logistic regression we have seen how binary classification happens. So logistic regression, when does binary classification, in that binary classification what happens, we need to understand one value. If the way we know here, when binary classification is happening, a sigmoid curve is made. Sigmoid curve means a particular threshold value is captured, suppose 0.5. If any value is appearing more than 0.5, then it becomes 1. If the value is appearing less than 0.5, it becomes 0. So either 1 we have to consider or 0 we have to consider. Two values, either 1 or 0. But this 1 is considered, how it is considered? If the value is, if the obtained value is more than the threshold value, it goes to 1. If it is less than the threshold value, it turns into 0. In this way, logistic regression binary classification happens. But when we are representing our data to any domain expert, we need to represent in such a way so that when the domain expert will see, he can have clear understanding which value he has to take. So there are various values, various threshold values. We can show that our data in such a way. If you are taking this threshold, the value will be like this. If you are taking 0.3 as a threshold value, your data will be like this. If you are considering 0.6 as a threshold value, you will be having this kind of data. So when a domain expert will see the data in that way with comparison of various threshold values, he can have clear understanding what kind of data does he need. So for representation of those kind of data, we are using here ROC curve. So let me tell you how the ROC curve term came. It came from Second World War. The full form of ROC curve is receiver operating characteristics. I can write here. It is receiver operating characteristics. So there is a story. The story is when soldiers were using that radar system, a term came like receiver and operator. They normally receive and operate radar. That time they need to see the radar for understanding whether is there any enemy is falling into their radar category or not. So when they are looking at the radar, suppose this is the radar display. So you might have seen in the TV, something like this, a display happens, something like this, a display rotates. So if any blink is happening here, any different color blink is happening here, they can clearly understand there is a mole or something is getting inside the radar. So for understanding what is that the enemy or it is something else, Suppose any animal is entering into that. If the radar is detecting that animal, if they will fire any weapon on that, then the animal will die. So here the question is, how much correct the data the radar is giving? Is the data which is being identified by radar correct, or it is something else? So in mathematically, the value is considered as true positive. How much true positive the value is, the data is. So to understand this, or the curve, they were using something like this. This curve is known as ROC curve. The term came ROC from Second World War, radar operation. So later this concept was used in 1970, approximately 1970 onwards, in healthcare domain, to understand how much correct the disease or the patient is identified or diagnosed with the disease. So in such scenario, this ROC came into machine learning. So while implementing this concept in machine learning, we need to understand how this ROC is calculated. So let's proceed for that. So as I told, the true positive term came while understanding ROC curve. Here I can say we need to understand confusion matrix clearly to get into the ROC curve mechanism. So I have already made a separate video on confusion matrix, true positive, false positive, true negative, false negative, and precision, recall, F beta score. All such concepts I have already explained in a different video. So now in this video, let me just go through the terms again, so that I can just implement the formula when calculating ROC curve. As I have already explained, this column is known as for prediction, the rows are known as for actual value. Here is 1, here is 0, here is 1, here is 0. I'm omitting this. Okay. So if prediction is 1, actual value is 1, it is true positive. If prediction is 0, actual value is 1, it is false negative, because we are predicting here negative and that is false. And here we are predicting positive and that is also false, because we are having 0 in actual value, that's why it is false positive. And we are predicting negative here and actually it is true, that's why true negative. So here we understood true positive, true negative, false negative. But for understanding ROC curve, we need to get into some other concepts like true positive rate, false positive rate, true negative rate, false negative rate. There are certain other concepts also like sensitivity, specificity, that also I will explain. So what is true positive rate here? True positive rate here is true positive divided by true positive plus false negative. True positive plus false negative means TP divided by TP plus Fn. This is what called TPR, true positive rate. So what exactly this true positive rate stands for? The true positive rate stands for out of actual total positive. Out of total actual positive, how many positive rates are classified correctly? It means, suppose there are 100 fruits present, and out of 100 fruits, there are 40 fruits are known as lemon. Actually it is lemon. But when you see, we are finding 50 fruits are considered as lemon. Actually there are 40 fruits lemon. But we understood that 50 fruits are lemon. It means there are some 10 different fruits which are misclassified. So from the total amount of actual positive, we need to understand how many positive is actually classified. That is known as true positive rate. So like that we can understand these many concepts also. What is false positive rate? So let me just write all these things. As you can see on the screen, I have already written down the formulas for true positive rate, false positive rate, true negative rate and false negative rate. So you can see true positive is divided by true positive plus false negative. It means these are actual value out of which true positive is considered. Like that, false positive rate is false positive FP divided by false positive plus true negative. It means out of actual negative values, how many records are incorrectly classified. That is false positive records. Similarly, true negative rate is true negative divided by true negative plus false positive. So out of total actual negative, how many records are correctly classified? Correctly classified as true negative. So like that, false negative rate is out of total actual positive, how many records are incorrectly classified. So the way I have given the example of 100 fruits, I don't know whether you are considering lemon as a fruit or not. So there are total 100 fruits are present. Out of those 100 fruits, there are 40 lemons present and 60 oranges present. When we are considering lemon, we are able to find there are 50 lemon. This is actual value. This is predicted value. So when we are considering this 50 lemon and 50 oranges, so it means there are some values which are incorrectly classified. So if we find here true positive rate, will be something like out of total actual lemon, how many lemons are correctly classified. So as we are considering here 50 lemons are present. 50 lemons means there are 40 lemons. So 40 lemon is actually classified. There are some 10 other fruits which are not lemon, but those are incorrectly classified. So that goes to false negative. Like that, if we are considering false positive rate means if you simply put it into confusion matrix, your confusion will go away. True positive is 40. False positive is 10. True negative is 60, we can consider here. As you can see here, this is true positive is 40, false negative is 0. It means there are no like negative which are false. Means we did not consider any other fruit as like we did not consider any lemon as any other fruit. But there are some other fruits which are considered as lemon. So here in prediction category, there are 10 other fruits which are included as lemon. You can see here, false positive is lemon here. So true positive is 40, false positive is 10, and true negative is 50. This is correct. This is correctly classified. This is correctly classified. But this 10 other fruits are included and considered here as lemon. So this is false positive. So if we are searching for false positive rate, how do we find? The formula says false positive divided by false positive plus true negative. True negative is 50 here, false positive is 10 here. So like 10 divided by 60 we have to find. So I hope you have understood like what is false positive rate. In that way we can understand true negative rate and false negative rate too. Let me clear more two things here. True positive rate is known as recall. I have already explained in previous video. This true positive rate is known as recall. Recall. And true negative rate is also called as like recall if we are considering like negative value. If we are considering positive value, then recall for positive value will be true positive rate, recall for negative value will be true negative rate. But now our question is, how shall we use this true positive rate and false positive rate when we are like searching for ROC curve? As I have explained what is true positive rate and false positive rate, here out of total actual positive, how many correctly classified? That is true positive rate. What is false positive rate? Out of total actual negative, how many incorrectly classified? That is false positive rate. So one side, if we are taking true positive rate in independent axis, out of total actual positive, how many correctly classified? That is true positive rate. And in other side, if we are taking false positive rate, out of total actual negative, how many incorrectly classified? That is false positive rate. Then suppose we are getting a kind of graph like this. This graph is known as ROC graph, ROC curve. So we need to understand how the math works in ROC curve, how the math is working. Suppose in a data set, Y is output column. So as we know, in a binary classification, the values come like 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, like this the value come. So if you see logistic regression output prediction normally comes with fractions. Like if you see Y cap prediction, it will come with like 0.8, 0.4, again 0.4, 0.3, 0.2 and 0.7. Like this Y prediction will come. But we know whatever the fraction comes, that fraction has to be converted into two values, either 0 or 1. How it is converted into two values? As I have already explained, based on threshold value. Suppose the threshold value is like 0.2. So whatever the value comes below 0.2, it has to be 0. Whatever the value comes above 0.2, that is 1. So if the value is coming 0.3, then 0.3 will be turned into 1. If the value is coming like 0.1, the 0.1 will be turned into 0, because 0.1 is less than 0.2. So in that way the calculation happens. So in that way, before considering true positive rate and false positive rate for identifying ROC curve, what we need to do here, we need to identify certain threshold values. Threshold values could be like 0, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, like this. So there will be certain threshold values for which we need to identify our output. Once for each and every threshold value our output is identified, then we can identify our true positive rate and false positive rate to capture the graph. So let's identify different prediction values based on certain threshold value. So first we need to proceed with 0. So if our Y prediction is 0 threshold value, then 0.8 is greater than 0, it will be 1, 0.4 is greater than 0, 1, this is 1, 1, 1, 1. So all values are appearing like 1. So once the output is identified for prediction, what we need to do, we need to find out our true positive, then true positive and false negative, because the formula is true positive divided by true positive plus false negative. So to understand true positive rate, so let's consider how many true positive are present. What is true positive here? When actual value is positive and predicted value is positive, it means actual value is 1, predicted value is 1. This is 1, this is not, this is 1 more 1, this is 1 more 1, this is not, this is 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So here true positive equal to 4. What is false negative? False negative means we are predicting the value as 0 and that is false. So here in Y output the value must be 1, but in prediction column it must be 0. So let's see, there is no 0, so it means false negative equal to 0. If true positive and false negative is found, then there are two more options we need to find out, that is false positive and true negative. So how do we find out? Let's find out false positive and true negative. That also we need to find out, because first we need to identify all the components of confusion matrix, then only we can put the formula in true positive rate and false positive rate. So what is false positive rate? False positive rate means let me omit this. Yes. So false positive rate means you can see in actual value it must be 0, but in prediction it must be 1. So how many? Let's consider. This is incorrect, this is correct. 1 incorrect, incorrect, 2, this is incorrect. So 1, 2. So false positive equal to 2. Now what is true negative? True negative means when actually it is 0, it is being predicted as 0. So there is no 0 when 0 is taken as threshold value. So true negative is again 0. So now we have found our true positive, false negative, false positive and true negative. So let's put it in the formula. as we can see on the screen, true positive rate is true positive divided by true positive plus false negative. True positive rate is 4 divided by 4 plus false negative equal to 0. So equal to 4 by 4 equal to 1. So TPR is here 1. True positive rate equal to 1. So let's note it down. True positive rate TPR equal to 1. Then let's proceed for false positive rate. False positive rate formula: false positive divided by false positive plus true negative. So false positive is 2 and 2 negative is 0. So it means 2 by 2 plus 0 equal to 2 by 2 equal to again 1. So here FPR again 1. So for threshold 0, we found our true positive as 1, true positive rate as 1, false positive rate as 1. So let's note down it somewhere. Let's note down it somewhere. So I'm noting it down. You can see on the screen I have noted down above the Y prediction of threshold 0, true positive rate equal to 1, false positive rate equal to 1. As we can see on the screen, if 0.2 is the threshold value, then the values which are the Y prediction values which are less than 0.2 will be considered 0.2 or equal to 0.2 will be considered as 0, and which are above 0.2 those are considered as 1. So here it will be 1, this is 1, this is 1, this is 1, this is 0. You can see here the value is 0.2, that's why I am taking the value as 0, and this is 1. So let's calculate true positive, false negative, true negative, all these things let's calculate. So as you can see, I have noted down what is our true positive, false negative, false positive and true negative. So here as I have written down here, 4 is our true positive. If you see, when actual value is 1, actual 1, then this is 1, this is 1, 2, this is not, and 1, 2, 3, and at the last 4, this is not. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 is our true positive. If you see our false negative, there is no 0, while in actual value it is 1, it is not 0. Here is 1, 0, but in actual it is 0. So false negative is 0. False negative is 0. Now what is false positive? False positive is 1. Here false positive is known as 1. False positive is, while it is actually 0, it is predicted as 1. It is predicted as 1. That's why false positive is 1. True negative is 1 because when actually it is 0, we are getting 0 in our prediction. That's why true negative is also 1. So if you put it in the formula will give us true positive rate and false positive rate. So I'll write it down. So here you can see, after calculation I found true positive rate is 1 and false positive rate as 0.5. You can see I have written it down. So like that we can find for various threshold values. Suppose we proceed with different threshold values. For values with y cap 0.3, if we see, so some this kind of value will come. So like this the value will come. If we proceed for y cap 0.4, the value will come like 1 0 0 0 0 1, like this it will come. So here true positive rate and false positive rate will definitely change. So once we find all this true positive rate and false positive rate, let's plot a graph out of those values. So here in this graph, simply we are taking in x-axis false positive rate, in y-axis true positive rate, and when false positive rate is, suppose this 0 0, suppose this is 1 and this is 1, because this is 0 and 1, two values. So here we can find one value. This is 1 comma 1. The coordinate is 1 1. Suppose we are getting 0.5. 0.5 means here 0.5, and here one value. The value will be simply, if we are equal to 0.5, value 1.5, like this. Here this value will get. Suppose the value is not here. Here it is 1. Here the coordinate will be 1 1. And the value is 0.5 here. 0.5 here. That the value will be 1.5. Suppose we found one more value, that 0.5, 0.6, 0.6, and one more value here, like this. Suppose we got the value like this. So one more value, suppose we got here. So how we will draw the graph? The graph will be something like, if we simply proceed like this, simply the graph will be like this. Like this the graph will come. So it means the graph which we have received after plotting, putting the coordinates of false positive rate and true positive rate, this graph is known as ROC curve. Now if we identify how much area is being occupied by this ROC curve, this area is known as AUC, area under the curve. Now I believe you must have understood what is ROC curve and what is AUC curve. Now the question is how to represent the value so that a domain expert can understand this ROC curve and they can identify what they should have. So simply, if we are showing this graph to any domain expert, suppose there is a domain expert who is working in healthcare industry, he has to diagnose patients, and those patients will be diagnosed at whether they are having diabetes or not. So if we simply show the graph like this, so they have to understand whether they will take this threshold value. Suppose this is 0.2. So when like for 0 0, when threshold value is 0, what is the value? So they will identify in threshold value 0 we are having 1 1 value, so 1 1 coordination they will check. Yes, for 0 0 threshold it is having 1 1 coordination. For other threshold, suppose 0.2 threshold, for 0.2 threshold this is having this threshold 1.05 threshold. Suppose for 0.3 threshold it is having some other threshold. So what they require, whether they need true positive rate must be higher. Some domain experts say we need our true positive rate must be higher. We do not care about false positive rate. In that scenario, they can proceed for their respective threshold value. So suppose if domain expert says I need better true positive rate but do not care about false positive rate, then threshold of 0.2 will be selected, which gives 1.05. If expert says we need both true positive and false positive to be balanced, then we can select like threshold of 0.3. If you see the threshold of 0.3, if it gives like 0.5 and 0.6, these two coordinates, somewhere it will come like this, so or come like this one, this threshold value. So by seeing the graph, they can understand which value has to be considered as the threshold value. So in this way, ROC curve helps us in understanding about binary classification and its implementation, its usage in business and domain. If you like this video, please share and subscribe my channel. I will be coming up with a different algorithm in a next video. Thank you so much.